Consideration. Item 5, hearing on proposed ordinance amending appendix, the zoning appendix, general provisions, and smart code.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, council, we talked about this, we carried it over. This is what Mr. Tate, I think with the planning commission that we talked about. Anyone want to speak on it?
Good afternoon, council. Just wanted to stop by for a second to make you aware of an observation that we're having from our particular department that centers around billboards. If you ride around the city of Montgomery, you can see that we're pregnant with billboards, and we want to take this opportunity with the land use staff to come back before you with a plan to maybe begin to do some different types of regulations with those billboards. Real quick, the last regulation that we had in place deals with adopting ordinances back in 2001, and those, as you can do the math, talks about the fact that they're about 24, 25 years old, so we need to do some catching up there. We also want to let you know that the electronic billboards that you see going up now, we have challenges with those because the current ordinance doesn't give us a lot of teeth with those. So I just wanted to come before you today to let you know that we'll be back in front of you with some proposals that could help us with some of these situations. Thank you very much.
Okay, any questions, Mr. Tate?
CC, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Has Lamar Advertising, did they spoke up on any of these changes or anything? Because I know they're pretty good to the community and to the city and.
Yeah. We know Lamar.
Okay.
And we have not had any discussions at this point other than bringing you the observation and making you aware
That there's some
we will
problems.
be
Okay.
back in the saddle to talk to you more about this one and get more details.
Thanks, sir.
Yes.
All right, next item.
Item 6, ordinance requiring council's adoption of a resolution or ordinance in order to request legislative laws or any amendments pertaining to the city of Montgomery, its citizens, or personnel.
Mr. Jenright?
I'm lost. What we done?
On number 6.
Huh?
Number 6.
Energy? Oh. I was gonna pull that, yeah, we're gonna
Yep.
pull that.
Thank you, Mr.
Pull it out.
Jenright. We had a discussion, we're gonna pull it out, item number
I was
6.
sitting here listening.
Thank you. Item 7.
Okay, council, there was one that was left off inadvertently. It was Mr. Pruitt's ordinance that was enforcing state law that prohibits certain persons from possessing or owning firearms. So that will be at the end of old business because it was
So that will be
inadvertently left
added.
off the agenda. Yes, sir.
Number 7, that's the one you sent via email, right?
I put a copy also in front of you today.
Do we tell you now what we want to do?
No, you
Okay.
haven't during the meeting.
Okay. All right, okay, but I am going to carry it over and put it into,
Okay.
yes, ma'am.
But you still have to do that. Item 7, resolution extending the deadline for renewal of business license to February the 14th.
Madam Clerk, that's to extend the business license to give the citizens of Montgomery outside a chance to renew their licenses. Online, I think we're trying to fix an issue, whether it's telephonically or whatever we need to do, but I think we've been asked, I need to make an amendment to February the 15th.
Okay, it's got 14th in the ordinance, so you want to change it to
Yeah,
the 15th?
February 15th, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ms. Blaylock.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me,
on the-
Mr. Calhoun,
Yes,
February 15th 's on a Saturday.
okay.
Okay, so then it automatically defaults to the next business day, and Monday the 17th is a holiday.
So what you want me to do it to the 21st?
We can leave it at the 14th, or you want to go further?
I mean, you tell me, we want to collect the money.
I think it should go further. We should just go
Betty
to the
said
next.
14th.
Okay, so we'll go with the next available business
Let's
day.
go March 1.
Let's go ahead and let's do it to the 21st, give it an additional week.
Copy.
February the 21st, so we'll amend it till February the 21st.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Real quick, we skipped in the old business, number 5, the hearing. We talked about billboards, but there was a conversation about public art on number 5 that we missed the hearing on. Can we readdress that?
Yes, sir.
All right, we talk.
Warren Adams, Land Use Control Administrator. We are proposing an amendment to the SMART Code to include a definition of public art. The city has no real regulations at the moment regarding public art, and this definition will define what it is. And we are in the process of looking at the overall art plan in general, but this is just a start. This is a definition of public art.
Okay, so we are going to have a hearing on that, and then this will come back before the council at a later date, so we'll do that. Thank you, sir. Item 8.
Item H, resolution for Darnell Bennett doing business as Nightmare Towing and Recovery, 4411 Norman Bridge Road, to add auto repossession to his current business license.
All right, we'll discuss that in the regular meeting. I'm not real comfortable on this right here, so I have that conversation with Mr. Bennett at the regular meeting.
Yes, sir. Item 9, application for an alternative transportation service by Mary Shine doing business as Sunshine Medical Transport Services, 9 South Hart Drive.
All right,
Mr. President.
That's you? Oh, Mr. Flash. South Park. Go ahead, Ms.
From my understanding that she's gonna carry over and ask, can she come to the next meeting instead of this one?
Oh, okay. So she gonna hold up the business license to the next meeting?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what she called and told Ms. Amy.
Okay.
Item 10, resolution reappointing Barry and Glazer Robinson to the Board of Adjustment.
Ms. Jones? It's appointment, so we can move that.
This is our date.
All right. And number 11 is an abatement and nuisance. Any council have anything for the work session before we go to our public?
Council, I put a resolution up there for a contract that came in late for TOA for $279,000 for demolition of the governor's house.
Yeah.
Is that actually gonna be done?
Yeah, that's
We're gonna
actually-
tear?
Yes, that's right. Don't hold that up. We'll have
Watch
a
out,
long
Bruce.
night tonight.
They're gonna tear down the governor's house?
Yes.
Motel. I
thought-
think we should all.
Been a
It'll
long,
be after my death,
long time coming.
after my retirement. whatever.
Thank you, Mr. Tate, and your staff for getting that ready before the council. All right, any council have anything else?
Mr. President,
Mr. Pruitt?
I'm passing out the resolution for the, and we can talk about it, I guess, in work session if we need to. But I'm passing out the resolution on the Jackson Hospital situation that we've all been talking about for the last month or so.
Okay.
And some of the people are here from Jackson. Davis is here from Bradley Arant, one of the attorneys that has been looking at this for us. And if the council has any questions of them or this council, we can go ahead and answer them if you want to.
All right, if the council have any customer representative from Jackson to come up, but Mr. Reed,
Yes, sir.
this Mr. Reed, yeah. Have you had an opportunity since our meeting yesterday to reach out to them about their plans of meeting with them in the morning?
No, I have not.
Okay, so-
They did respond to some questions we had.
Okay,
I
all
sent
right.
those in email roughly about an hour ago.
Okay, all right.
They need to be at home.
Thank you. My name is Clint Graves. I'm with Gilpin Gavan. We represent Jackson Hospital. With me is Alan Weiland, who's the Chief Restructuring Officer for the hospital, and then Ron Dreskin, who's the interim CEO of the hospital.
Okay. All right, anyone have any questions? So let's just confirm, because I know this is coming before us right now, but we had a meeting on yesterday, having a discussion, that we got to get some details about where we're at and how we go forward, and that's why we asked that we meet tomorrow. And what's going to happen tonight, we're going to recess this meeting in order to get some questions answered and get these things, and then we'll convene Friday at 4 o'clock, and whether we're going to vote it up or down at that point. So that's basically. So anybody have any questions of any members for the Jackson Hospital?
No, I appreciate you doing the recess of it so we can have an opportunity to read this, Mr. President.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, meeting
We're not
Friday.
ending this. We're not going to adjourn. We're going to move it on
Yeah,
to
just
Friday.
carry on.
4 o'clock.
Continue the
Okay,
meeting.
we'll continue.
So,
So-
continuation of this meeting.
We're gonna have an extended meeting till Friday. All right, so I guess we can wait. If we confirm the date on the time tomorrow, that we can meet, we'll get that done, and we'll meet them tomorrow, and then we'll get a chance to, vote on this item, get the council members a chance to look at it with alternatives and try to get some things done as we move forward.
So just to clarify, so this meeting is going to be reconvened tomorrow?
Friday.
Friday?
No.
No,
We'll reconvene for Friday. We're just gonna have a meeting tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
There'll be a meeting.
Friday at 4 p.m.
Okay.
Right.
Jeremy, do you want to set that time now with the mayor, or what, do you know?
The issue is the mayor has a conflict in the morning at 8.
I do too.
That's a little early for me too, so.
Well, but that meeting, that 8 o'clock conflict goes to 9:30, and then I'm not seeing his calendar here, but we were still trying to work out his calendar before we put that on the calendar. So I'm still working with Shalicia on that. I'll get an answer for you here within the next 30 minutes.
Yeah, so,
Okay.
yeah, we get that out.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
ACC, and Davis is here from Bradley Arant, if anybody has any questions about, he hadn't been through this whole thing, but he knows the gist of it, and his responsibility is to make sure we're paid back first.
David, let me just ask the question, I think the one everybody want to know. We know that the city does not put up any cash in this issue. We're strictly a guarantee to the people that are putting the cash up. But in worst case scenario, if we did put money up, we want to be number one creditor at any delusion or when the hospital was dissolved or whatever. We want to be number one creditor. We want to be assured of that. We've been told that by many different people. We need to make sure we are number one creditor above everybody else by putting our name on the line. That's our question.
So right now, we're still at we're at the draft stage of the guarantee agreement, okay? And that's my understanding, is that, from y'all, that's the terms of the condition for the guarantee.
Right.
And that's what we'll put to the other side. I think for our purposes today, number one, our purposes will be, obviously engaging our firm to represent you on behalf, but also, number two, proceeding with the negotiation of the guarantee agreement itself on those conditions. So, in other words, we would not sign the guarantee unless those conditions were met.
Right.
Okay. So those are some of the things that we need to work through, and that's why I think we got to push that. Because this is not an easy decision, so
No.
we want to make sure we put the city in the first position that we can recoup on what we need to do. We know the importance of Jackson Hospital within this community, and we want to be good partners, but we want to make sure we're taking the right step to protect the interests of the city of Montgomery.
Okay.
Thank you.
Understood.
All right, any other questions? Thank you, guys.
I think one other question I've got that you can answer. We know that Service First Bank is involved in your credit going to the hospital. They're one of the creditors, or one of the bondholders.
Yes.
Your other bondholders would be getting the $20,500,000 would be put up by a group of people, bondholders. Service First being one of them. Do you have the names of the other ones?
Do
Or
not.
is there,
Do not.
huh?
I do not this time, no, sir.
I'm
mean,
asking that to.
We don't know yet. It would be one of probably 5 different bondholders that are currently the larger bondholders.
Okay. Well, I know that one has committed, so. Okay, thank you.
All right. So write those questions down. We'll make sure we get those in the next meeting under there. All right, thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Any council have anything? Nothing? All right. All right, in our work session roster for communication, we have Mr. William Boyd, Towing Companies.
Happy New Year, and thank all of you guys and girls who participated in the New Year Day parade. I hope we can have a conversation later about trying to make the parade a line item in the city budget. But I came down today. This is not my first time. Over the years, I don't know what the relationship that the city of Montgomery have with the towing company here, as far as seamen and all about towing. When the police officer pull over a car and that car is being impounded. I have came to the conclusion that the towing companies are stealing cars from the poor people. So what I mean, the average tow anywhere in this city is $60 to $65. You can get a car towed from here to Prattville to $60 to $65. If a towing company comes out and tow a vehicle because the individual has suspended license, whatever the case may have been, they tow this car and they impound this vehicle. The individual goes to jail, may stay there a couple of weeks. While the individual's being incarcerated, these fees are steadily going up at the towing company. They took a $65 tow and made it to a $3,500 mandatory fee in order to retrieve that vehicle. All because that individual went to jail. For whatever the reason, the individual get out, they lose a job, and that individual cannot retrieve their vehicle because they ran the fees up so high that it don't make sense to go try to retrieve the vehicle. I don't know what the policy is with the towing company. Should they notify the owners? I know that the towing company know who the vehicle belongs to because I'm in the business. But I don't know whether or not I didn't get the opportunity to see the contract. If there's a contract that they have with you guys, but they allow these fees to run to $3,000 to $4,000. And I know my mortgage on my house is $1,200. It takes a whole lot to come up with $1,200 to pay my mortgage, but these individuals get out of jail and they expect these people to pay $3,000 to retrieve their vehicles. And I think that's wrong. I think they should notify the lien holder, or they should notify the owner of these vehicles that their vehicle have been impounded. And I think it needs to be a cutoff on these fees. I think $3,000 is just too much for impounding a vehicle for 2 months. People in business don't pay $3,000 for 2 months on their rent if they rent a building. So I think they take these people's vehicles, then they go get a lien on the title, they become the owner. Now they turn around and sell these people's vehicles at the auction. That they only have $65 worth of fees in it, and they go out and take these people's vehicles. There's no color, and they taking these people's vehicles, and I think it's wrong. I think the city need to look into that because they're under the umbrella of the city of Montgomery. If they operate under the umbrella of the city of Montgomery, they are taking these people's cars, running these fees stuff, and it's wrong. And I think we need to look into it. It's been going on for years and years and years. $65 tow. Now I got to pay $3,000 to get my car back. And it don't make sense. I'm saying it's wrong. I've been down here on numerous occasions about this incident. This ain't got nothing to do with you guys, but y'all can fix the problem. $3,000 for a $3,000 vehicle. That's not right. So I just want to come down and let it be known that I think we need to look into the towing company on how they doing business in the city of Montgomery. The $3,000 for 2 months, that's wrong.
Right,
$1,500 for 2 months is wrong.
All right, thank you, Mr. Boyd. Any questions, Mr. Boyd?
Mr. President, and we all know I've been working on us having our own impound and our own towing company for the last 3 years. If nothing else, at least have our own impounding lot that we rotate like the county do, that we can control. And if a mistake is made, that the city has the authority to say, hey, release that vehicle. I just think that we have so much property that we can have our own impound lot, and we contract like the county. They do a rotation, so that means that everybody has an opportunity. Because some of those smaller towing companies don't have the lot size or the insurance, but if we have our own lot, that means that we control everything. And I just think that if the city can't do our own towing, at least we can do our own impound lot. That's the only thing I asked. I've been asking for the last 3 years.
All right, thank you, Mr. Anyone else? All right, Ms. Valerie Bailey, gunfire, and other issues in Sheridan Heights. Ms. Bailey? Ms. Bailey, all right. Mr. Kippy Tate? You yield? All right. All right, council. That concludes our work session, communication roster. We will resume at 3:30 for the regular council. Thank you.